Ann King here, and I want to welcome you to the Aroma Share Club. It is January 2016, and we are once again making one of my just standby foods that I love to have around all the time, and especially since we've gone gluten-free. And that is some crackers. And this is an almond rosemary cracker. This is a different version. I'm going to show you two different ways on how to make these crackers. This is my cheaters version, when you just want crackers in a hurry, and then we're going to teach you how to make the amazing gourmet version, okay? So the cheaters version would be, you just take some regular old almonds, you soak them for a few hours, you throw them in here with some flaxseed. This is flaxseed that is soaked in water. See how it gets all sticky? That's what holds your crackers together. But this has not been ground up. This is non-ground up flaxseed, and you can make crackers that way too, super easy. But in the recipe that you have, we peeled the almonds, and how you peel the almonds is you're going to take boiling water, you're going to pour it over the almonds, let it soak for 2 or 3 hours, and then they just pop right off. Sort of like if you've ever peeled tomatoes or peaches when you're bottling, sort of the same kind of thing. You don't want to boil them in water to speed up the process, because you're supposed to be using raw almonds, because we want to have as many live enzymes in our food as we possibly can. But this is ground up flax. I'm going to search in here and try to find, here we go, this will work. So I took the flax seeds and put them in my blender and ground this up. And you can see here, this is still pretty slimy kind of stuff, right? So that's going to hold your crackers together, is this flaxseed powder that we soaked in the 1 cup of water. This is a half seed of flax seeds unground in a cup of water, and this is the powdered. The non-ground up ones and the unpeeled almonds, they were still soaked overnight, is what these crackers are made with. So what we're going to do is we are going to put our almonds in first, I believe. Yes, we are. So we have 3 cups of almonds here. They've been soaked overnight and peeled. You can peel them first and then use that boiling water to just go ahead and keep letting them soak. Put the boiling water in, let them soak overnight, peel them in the morning if you want to. But they just do not peel good unless you start out with boiling water. You can do it without boiling water. I've done it, but you know, that's like an all-day affair. And we want these recipes to be quick and easy. So I'm grinding this up till it's fine, almost like a coarse whole wheat flour. Or like cornmeal. I'm going to grind this up just a second more, and then I'm going to put my flaxseed in there. Okay, so what you can do is you can just dump that into a bowl, or you could put this is pretty full, so putting and adding this in there can be a little tricky. Sometimes it overflows, so we're not going to do that. So I'm going to put this in here. Get this out of the way. And then this is my flaxseed that I ground up, and just let it soak in the water for a half an hour at least. You can let it soak longer. It's not going to hurt it any. And you just want this mixed in really good. And then we are going to add our rosemary oil. Did I put in fresh rosemary in this recipe? No. You could. I think it would be fantastic if we put some chopped fresh rosemary in here too, because I love the little green flecks. So I'm going to put a drop. That's a couple of drops, but it'll be okay. Rosemary is not an oil I worry too much about internal consumption, because it's actually good for your liver. And then I'm going to put some salt and pepper. You could put in black pepper oil. I like a lot of salt in my crackers. I know people are like, how much salt is she going to put in there? I'm going to put a lot in, but you put how much you like. And I actually love a lot of pepper, so I'm going to take the lid off of this and sprinkle this pepper in here. And I'm going to mix this all in here. The main difference between these crackers and those is they're going to be a little bit lighter texture and a lighter color. They're going to look more like your little saltine crackers. Now, here is the trick. So you get your either a cookie sheet that you put parchment paper on, or your dehydrator tray with the Teflon or parchment paper. And you put your dough in here in the middle. I want to make sure I did not forget any ingredients. I don't think I did, but I'll double check, because I'm world famous for doing that. Alright, so I think we're all good. Rosemary. Alright, now put this in the center. And I am actually, there's some of this that's not mixed in that great, so I'm going to mix this in a little bit with my hands. Don't be afraid to use your hands when you're cooking, because you can feel the texture of things a lot better. And actually, I could have ground this up a little bit finer, but it's still going to be okay. And then, get this in the center, and you put some parchment paper over the top, and then you can use a rolling pin to roll it out. And that's how you're going to get the thickness that you want. And you don't have to get dough sticking all over your hands. And I just keep my hands on the edge of the tray so that it doesn't roll off like this just did, because I didn't get my, and then I just pick it up and I move it over here on another corner. And you just keep rotating your tray around till you get that even. I want to show you all the steps here, so I'm trying to go fast, so it may not be as beautiful as it could be, but I want you to get the gist of it. Okay, we're going to have to call this good, because I want to show you these other tricks. So you peel that off. Look at how easy that did. That's great. And I got a little bit of extra here, just like pie crust. You just cut it off and move it over here. Just off center. Now, what I do is, this is a, just like for spreading frosting, but you can use a butter knife. Don't use something sharp. You're going to cut your Teflon sheets, and then you're going to be crying. So to make them all even, I first just cut it in a square, and then I just keep making more and more squares. And then I go from corner to corner on the squares. And that gives me these nice little triangles, which are fabulous for using for dipping, especially hummus. Nothing is better than a homemade hummus. Alright, then you're going to stick these in the dehydrator for, you need to do it for about 8 hours. But they might get, you want to do 145 first, which is, I know I told you on the other videos you don't want to go above 118, but the 145, it doesn't destroy the enzymes. It's only in there for 45 minutes, and it crisps them up a little bit for you. Alright? Now, after you've done halfway, and they are pretty crunchy on the top, but if you've peeled them off, you'd be like, well, they're still wet on the underside. To speed up the drying process, you put your Teflon, your parchment paper on there. No, you don't. You would not have parchment paper there, but I'm going to put it there because these are wet, okay? So pretend there's not parchment paper there. I take a screened dehydrator tray, and I put it on like this. There's not parchment paper there. Pretend it's not there. I flip it over. And if you're doing this on cookie sheets, though, you would put parchment paper there because you wouldn't have the screen. And then, this is wet, so it's going to stick a tiny bit here. What this allows is then for the underside of the crackers, and this would normally just peel right off, but we rolling pinned it to it so it's sticking just a tiny bit. But I wanted to teach you that trick on how to flip them over, and you can do that with the parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and then you put it back in your dehydrator or your oven, and then they'll get completely dry, and then you just break them apart and they turn out just like this. And because this is a coarser, this is a thicker, but these are going to be pretty nice and thin. I'm going to show you here. I want to show you how thin when you do it with the peeled. See that? This is about 1/8 of an inch thick. And so these are going to be fantastic. They're going to be about the same thickness as your saltine crackers. And then you're going to be able to you do all kinds of dips and make all kinds of fun things. Salsas, everything. Use this anywhere where you would use not only crackers but also chips that are not good for you. So what are you going to do? You're going to make this. You're going to invite your friends over. Let them try all of your Youngevity products that you want to share with them. And you and them sign up on the Aroma Share Club. Why? Because you love to save money and you love a great value, which is what the Aroma Share Club is all about. Make sure you get on our Facebook page, like it, and share all these videos on your personal page as well. And I hope you have an aromatic day.